welcome to another episode of RNS. I'm here with this Negro busting out his 05-06 Chelsea home kit. KWEKU'S, what are you telling me, bro?
Not much, man. Not much. Yeah, I had to pull it out. My team's moving me a little bit. I'm trying to work out where I'm at with Chelsea, but first 3 games, second in the table, still unbeaten, 2 wins, 1 draw. I'll take it. But yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. We're recording this on transfer deadline day, so some mad things might happen whilst we're recording.
Got the phone off.
Got the phone, yeah,
Just in case, bro.
Just in case we get an Ornstein bomber or what do we call Ben Jacobs breaking news? What can we call that? You got an Ornstein bomber, Jacobs.
Hey, Jacobs he ain't got that yet.
What, the Jacobs jab? Bro, this summer.
Yeah, no.
This summer, Ben Jacobs is like. There's a top 3 now, right? There's like Fabrizio, obviously David Ornstein. I think Ben Jacobs is 3rd, man. I think he's 3rd.
Yeah.
He's doing his thing.
Fair play to him.
But yeah, we're recording this on deadline day. So much has happened, man, in the world of football. We've just hit our first international break. Loads of narratives. Like whether it's Man United, whether it's City flopping, whether it's Liverpool just doing a craziness in the transfer window. So where do you want to start?
Well, we were talking about deadline day. So why don't we quickly talk about this transfer deadline day, this transfer season, and then we'll get onto the narratives of each team when we talk about who's done what. So, like, as we know from deadline day, we think Isaacs will probably get done. We think Mark Gahey as well is another one that will get done as of the time of recording this.
Yeah, by the time this is out, they're done.
Exactly. So, bar anything happening.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Liverpool. Liverpool's transfer window. The window ends today. This is the craziest transfer window I've ever seen. And I think it starts off with Liverpool, who have had one of the most single crazy windows I've ever seen, especially off the back of winning the Premier League title.
It's the single greatest British transfer window of all time. I do still look at Real Madrid's in 2009, and you bring in Ronaldo, Benzema and Kaká in one window. It's insane. That one is like, even though it's less players, those 3 players, bro, 3 Ballon d'Or winners in one window is insane. Yeah, eventually in their careers. You know what I mean? Like Kaká was one before.
They all won a Ballon d'Or.
They've all won a Ballon d'Or, and you brought them all 3 of them in the same season, like in the same transfer window, and broke the record with Kaká, and then broke it again with Ronaldo. Mental. But this Liverpool one is insane, bro. Not only have they just covered their bases when it comes to, we'll take some of the best domestic talent. We'll take a Kirkes from Bournemouth. We'll go and take a Mark Gahey from Crystal Palace or whatever, or an Isak from Newcastle. They said, let me look abroad and look at the best German young talent. And let me take Florian Wirtz. Bro, by the time they're done with their business, £500 million in one transfer window. Bear in mind, this was the same club that Jurgen Klopp 3 years ago was like, we can't compete with PSG, Man City and Chelsea. They just can do things that we can't. This is crazy to see a team like Liverpool, who have always been so conservative when it comes to transfers, right? They'll maybe splash a 75 on a Van Dijk or a 60 on Alisson because they're bankers, but they're taking flyers as well, bro. Like 115 on Wirtz is not a guarantee, and Liverpool don't really do that. So kudos to them. I would say credit to them, because a lot of times I think teams run for the grind, especially in modern football. But Liverpool won the title and said, yo, we want to go back to back and 3-peat and 4-peat and do whatever. Let's create a dynasty. And this is the first step of it. That people talk about the fit of all the players they brought in. Does Isak work on the same team as Ekitike? Is Frimpong actually a right back? How's Kirkes going to step up to this level? But I credit them for trying, right? And backing their manager. This is Arne Slot's 2nd season at the club, and he spent £500 million in one window. I think it now makes Liverpool clear favourites for the Premier League title. We're recording this the day after they beat Arsenal in a game that was 50-50, but we kind of all knew that Liverpool would end up winning it. I can't see any other team apart from Liverpool barring a catastrophe, something mad happening. So like I think like credit to them, but now the pressure's on. We said it before in the previous pod. Don't run from it. If you don't win the league this season, that'll be viewed as a disaster. The same way that Real Madrid last season, when they brought in Kylian Mbappe, they didn't win the league, didn't win the Champions League. That was a disaster and heads rolled. Ancelotti had to go. I'm not saying Slot has to go if Liverpool don't win the league, but the goal is win the league and possibly win the Champions League as well. Yeah,
well, this is the thing. I think it's been the craziest window I've ever seen. I don't think I've ever seen Man City do this after. I think Man City has spent over like 300, but £500 million is insane to spend in one window. And it goes to show PSR. And if you are a big club like Man City, Chelsea, I wouldn't say Arsenal, because Arsenal don't sell well. But because Liverpool do sell well. Liverpool have sold quite a few people this window and have got rid of a few people off their books as well. So they don't sell as well as Chelsea, but PSR-wise, Liverpool are very healthy. I remember we had the ex-Liverpool CEO, I forgot his name, Peter Moore. Peter Moore.
Yeah.
We had Peter Moore come onto the show and he was talking about how healthy Liverpool are PSR wise, and this was before the Club World Cup. It was like before the start of the window. So it goes to show if if Man United were healthy in PSR, winning games and in the Champions League and Premier League and won the league, someone like Man United could do this too. It goes to show what PSR is about now. I think in regards to also this like Liverpool window, because I think like now Liverpool have to go win the league, right? But I think to myself, what if they don't win the league? Because, you know, I like to play devil's advocate and I'm a Man United fan and I don't really want to see 21. So who are the other people? Who else has had a really good window in which you think they could stop Liverpool from getting number 21?
So Arsenal, the prime other candidate, right? Second 3 times in a row.
But overall have had somewhat of a decent window.
Bro, Arsenal, like, if take Liverpool's out of this, say Liverpool didn't have this crazy window, right?
Arsenal had the craziest window.
Arsenal done Zubamendi, they've done Eze, they've done Madueke, they've done Gyökeres, they've done Mosquera, they've just brought in Nkapie, the other centre back as well.
From Leverkusen.
Yeah, they brought in Kepa as a backup. Like every single position that they need to improve in, they've improved.
They didn't even need Nkapie in.
Yeah, which is like, I'll tell you.
Saliba's gone injured, now they can get Mosquera. Yeah. Like they're filling holes.
Every hole. Bro, Arsenal went to Liverpool and granted they lost, and I think that's another point that we need to address. Arsenal's inability
we will, don't you worry, Arsenal.
Bro, you got to win. What did Ric Flair say? To be the man, you got to beat the man. They ain't beaten Liverpool since Arteta, at Anfield, since Arteta played for Arsenal. That's crazy to me. Bro, they haven't beaten Liverpool at Anfield since Arteta was a player.
I couldn't. No, actually, no. Last week we've beaten
maybe. Bro, sometimes you get one. Like, I'm sure you would have got one. Maybe.
Last time we won it. Oh no, brother. Do you know our last game at Anfield, start of 2025?
Yeah.
The 2-2.
Yeah.
That was the first goal. Lisandro Martinez was the first goal we scored in Anfield since we won. And that was Rooney in 2015-16 under Van Gaal.
Flipping heck.
Yeah, bro. That was the first goal we scored at Anfield.
By far,
actually, no, Jesse Lingard scored at Anfield on capping.
By far the hardest away ground to go to in the Premier League. For everybody. Like, if you leave Anfield with something, yeah, that season's been a good season.
No, it's not. Because you've seen... No. Because you've seen... Like, it was for a bit. Do you remember that run where they didn't lose at home for a good amount of years on the clock? But people started to win at Anfield again. And you've seen rubbish teams win at Anfield.
One-offs, bro. One-offs. Like.
Yeah, but it was like... So that happened... It was like United, for example. United didn't really used to lose at home. But there was times Blackburn came to whack us 3-2. Or there was times we lost to this man to... Like, United used to lose at home. But... I'm just... You know what I mean? But you wouldn't... It wasn't like your run.
It was okay, yeah, but it wasn't like our run. Fair enough. But I'm just saying the general feel, the kind of like you look at it on the calendar, you say that's the one ground you say, yeah, give me a point right now because like
because we went there last season and should have won, bro.
You didn't.
I know.
You didn't. And no one does. Do you know what I mean? Arsenal for all like, oh yeah, bro, you just don't win there.
Yeah, but someone like Fulham will win there. Do you know what I mean?
That's what I mean. Those one-offs, you're not going to always go unbeaten at home every year. But I think generally, Anfield away, or for me, as a Chelsea fan, St. James's Park, like those two places, I'm like, give me a draw straight away. Because I don't view, again, Chelsea haven't got a great record at Old Trafford, a terrible record at Old Trafford recently. But it's not one of them places where I just feel like it's impossible. Anfield, if we ever get a win at Anfield, I'll be like, we've done our thing. But with Arsenal, they've improved in every position, right? They've done what they need to do. Granted, Eze is not a left winger, and so in an ideal world, that would have been a Nico Williams maybe as a sign-in, as opposed to Eze. But Eze was a market opportunity. He wanted to join. The story is great. Like, I don't ever wish anything positive on Arsenal, but I want Eze to succeed. Do you know what I mean? I'm watching the video, like, work out. I
don't watch any of that stuff.
I know you don't. You're a good hater though.
No, I'm not a hater. I don't care.
If it's Man United, you watch it
because that's my club.
Yeah, of course. So it's just passive hate.
No, but that's not passive hate though. You're watching it because you want him to do well. I'm
just watching it because it would have come up in your TL.
Yeah, it did. I didn't watch it.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. That's passive hate.
No,
not actively cancelling or blocking it. You're just passively.
I don't care about Arsenal like that. I honestly don't, because Arsenal, like the people I care about is Liverpool and City. Those are the teams I care about.
You care about Arsenal more than you care about City.
That's not true.
No.
I would happily have Arsenal win a title over City any day. Yeah, any day of the freaking week, bro.
I think if
Any day of the week.
I think if it came down to it, nah, bro.
Brother, Arsenal win it.
Cap. This year, who'd you rather win the league?
Arsenal.
Cap. All right, fair enough.
Arsenal.
All right, you might have to say that because you're a Man United fan, but deep in your fucking soul, you live in London, bro. You're from Daggers. Brother, you know too many. Name
how many times?
Name 5 City fans that don't include the Gallaghers. Like, we don't care
Sarah
about
Collins. I'll name
Has anyone
Nicky
seen?
Summerby, lad. Has anyone seen, lad?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to name all the City fans.
Yeah, but
you got to remember.
You
got to remember. I totally agree. Man United and Arsenal is a rivalry for United-born Arsenal, United-born, London-born United fans.
Yes.
Over the age of 25, and it's one online. I don't know why online, but it's one online. Other than that, if you're under the age of 25 and you're a United fan that you live in Manchester, you don't hate Arsenal like that. You hate Liverpool and City. I only hate Arsenal because back in the day, as growing up, it was us and Arsenal to start off with, and then it was us and you, man.
But us and you, man, never had the vim of us and...
But us and you, man, was worse, bro, because you, man, didn't lose, bro.
Okay, so
I didn't think... So
Chelsea,
I always grew
Chelsea
up...
Man U was high quality, but Arsenal, Man United...
That was higher quality, bro.
Arsenal, Man United, it's box office.
Arsenal, Man United is blockbuster because it was the first one and it had all the moments and it had everything. It had the theatrics of it as well. United Chelsea didn't have theatrics because there was different managers. But United Chelsea was a way higher standard of football. Way higher standard of football. I promise you, brother, I went through the title races with you, man. You, man, did not lose at home.
Yeah, because bear in mind,
I was going on match today, week in, week out, just praying for you, man, to slip up. And sometimes you did, and we just had to capitalize on that. We didn't have to do that in Arsenal. The only times we lost leagues to Arsenal, we threw it away. 98, Thingy gets injured, Arsenal go on a brazy run. 2002, Thingy gets injured, go on a run. 04, Invincibles weren't even in it. That's their 3 titles.
Okay, so let's go through. This is actually quite a good discussion in terms of like biggest rivalries in Premier League history. So let's go through our rivalry, right? Which really, let's say it started from 05-06, because that's when you man finished second. So 05-06, this shirt, obviously, back to back. Then 06-07, you, but we finished second. 07-08, you, we finished second. 08-09, you, we finished second. 9-10.
Is that not City Pool, bro?
Yeah, that's City Pool.
And bear in mind,
that's more a Champions League.
And bear in mind, you guys are going into Champions League finals. We're getting into Champions League finals.
Yeah. And we play each other in the Champions League.
And we played each other in the Champions League final.
Yeah. The quality was higher.
Brother, that's a proper Premier League rivalry. Yeah. Like, I'm not saying Man United Arsenal wasn't, but that one was these two were the best teams in the world, bro.
Yeah.
Brother, Barcelona, if everyone goes back to watch that Iniesta goal, I promise you.
The world's a different place, bro.
The world's a different place because go and watch the 90... Like, listen, I wanted to face you, man, again because I thought, you know what, I don't want to face this Barcelona team. I'll be so real. I remember watching that game because we were already through. And you, man, popped Barcelona. Popped them that whole game. You popped them that whole game, and then Iniesta just puts it Tom Beards, and everyone just... Brother, if you go, and see the goal, and just watch... What's that end called?
What, Matthew Harding?
Stamford Bridge, that's the Matthew Harding.
No,
where Iniesta scored.
That was Shed.
So that's the Shed, Just see everyone's hands on their head go on that when he scored that goal, bro.
Bro, it was...
Because it was gut-wrenching, because you man were a much better team that game.
It was a disaster.
So, bro,
it was a disaster.
That's why it's the greatest rivalry. We're going off topic here. Though.
Yeah, no, we are going off topic. We need to come back to it. But you might be right. So, but then I get... Football's not all about the quality, right? Sometimes it's about the feeling. And Arsenal Man United had more feeling.
Yeah, it had more feeling because it was the first one. It was
there was like rivalries. It was like Fergie versus Wenger, Vieira versus Keane, Van der Sar versus...
So that's the only thing because I think if you, man, had a manager, if it was Jose and... If it was Jose and Thingy throughout,
it would be great.
No one would be talking about Jose, United and Arsenal. No one would be. Because I promise you, Jose would give you just as more theatrics with Fergie, even more. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Exactly. It would have been... That would have been... Jose Fergie would have been the Premier League's greatest rivalry. It would have been.
Yeah.
If he stayed throughout the whole thing. Because us stopped... Our rivalry stopped 2012.
Yeah,
I would say.
Yeah, when we won
When you last won it, because 2011, we were in the Champions League final again. We knocked you out in the quarters.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
09-10, you beat us at Old Trafford to go win the title. Like, we were JJing from 05 to 12, bro.
Yeah.
Good 7 years, bro.
Yeah, we were.
And you won a Champions League. We won a Champions League. We made a couple more finals.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
We
made
2 finals.
You made 2 finals, and you nearly made 2 other ones.
Yeah.
Because Luis Garcia was semi-final, right?
Yeah, that was but we can't count that year because
Okay, that was the year before.
That was the year before.
But 08, 09, you made the semis.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, bro, we are. Yeah, you're right. Okay, anyway, bring it back to where we were at. Arsenal.
You said Arsenal. We're talking about Arsenal transfer window.
Yeah, so they
Lo and behold, Arsenal have had a very good transfer window,
bro,
right?
That's it. To summarize, Arsenal has a very good transfer window, and I'm not ever in the position to say do or die. But like, if
It is do or die. What do you mean? They finished.
Okay, so what's your definition of dying? What happens if Arsenal don't win the league? What happens?
So this is going to be my question to Arsenal fans, and I'm saying this on September the 1st. When you lot eventually don't win the league, and that's not because I don't think Arsenal are a good team. That's just because I think Liverpool are a better team, and I think they're more equipped to go and win the league. So when Arsenal don't eventually win the league, they finally have their striker, they finally got their left winger, they finally got all the pieces they want. They've got, if Saliba goes down, they've got Mosquera. If a left back goes down, they can play a couple niggas left back now. Like, what's going to be the excuse when their man don't win the league, innit? Are they going to blame the board? Are they going to blame Teta? Are they going to blame the team? I don't think they're going to blame the team anymore because they've filled in all the holes. They've got Saka. So it's not the team anymore because they've got the striker, they've got the left winger, they've got everything they wanted. They've got the controller next to Rice, they've got everything.
So what the excuse be? I'll tell you what the excuse would be.
What do you think?
For the Arteta sexuals, who will just never want him out because, like, I can understand it. In their lifetime, he's their greatest manager. Like Luke Henry and their man. Like that's their GOAT, right? And so they'd rather
call him a Teta.
Bro, they'd rather win one with Arteta than potentially 3 or 4 with somebody else. You know what I mean? It's one of them ones where he's their guy. Like it just means more, which I can understand. So for them, man, I think the only other thing they can blame, which they can't blame the board anymore, the board's done their job. The only other thing they'll blame is if Gyökeres doesn't score enough goals. Say Gyökeres is shit, they'll be like, it's because we've got a shit striker. That's what the excuse will be.
But they've got Havertz.
Yeah, like if Gyökeres turns out to be a bust, that's what the excuse would be, and they're going to go and get somebody else.
Okay, but what do you think the excuse should be when they officially don't win the league? What do you think it'll be down to? Gyökeres not scoring or Teta just not being a good manager?
No, I'm not going to say Arteta's not a good manager.
No, I'm not going to say Arteta's not a good manager, but I think the reason why they don't win the league, and I don't really watch AFTV, but I saw it was that Harry Kane, what's his name? Lee. Is that Lee Judges? Yeah. Lee Judges?
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw him, he said, he was like, it's not like we didn't play well. He's like, we didn't go at Liverpool. Yeah. And I'm sorry, if you've watched Liverpool, I saw Bournemouth go at Liverpool when they could. I'm not saying Bournemouth went at Liverpool constantly, but I think Arsenal have better footballers than Biggie. I know you have to be defensively resolute at Anfield. I know you have to do what you have to do, but you have to go at Liverpool. I think the way to beat Liverpool or the way to score goals against Liverpool is if you go at them. So the fact that you didn't equip yourself to do that,
I agree.
And like the fact that they started Martinelli because of defensive reasons. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And bear in mind, for those that remember when Arsenal went at Liverpool, the last time they should have won at Anfield was a couple of years ago. Do you remember they were 2-0 up?
Oh yeah.
Battered Liverpool and then they came back. And then Liverpool nearly scored. Ramsdale made a really good save, and then Martinelli had a chance to just bust that. That's why I said Martinelli's not a good footballer.
I know that's the day that done it for you. You're very much a person of days, though. Something will just draw the line for you to tell you that.
Because brother, I've seen that moment happen in football so many times, and good footballers make that pass, innit? Do you know what I mean? And that was how many years ago now? I don't think I'm wrong now.
And bro, I fully agree with you. Shout out to Reece Locke because I watched the game at the office yesterday, and he said, what, Marino, Zubimendi and Rice in midfield? That's a Stonehenge of a midfield. And I said,
yes,
that's a Stonehenge of a midfield.
Stonehenge, bro.
Bro, like, I'm so sorry. In their own right, all credible, good players.
They're all DMs, bro.
Yeah, but like, I'm so sorry.
Playing 3 DMs.
I'm so sorry. Like, you cannot go to Anfield, right, with Eze and Odegaard on the bench, and you have Marino playing in midfield.
Odegaard was on the bench.
Bro, Eze and Odegaard were on the bench. They were in the midfield of Zubimendi, Rice, and Marino.
They put their captain on the bench.
He was injured. He was injured. He was injured going to, he had like hurt his shoulder. But bro, he came on. He came on early enough so he could play. Okay. Like, but that's my biggest issue with Arteta, right? Sometimes, like I said, I'll come back to the Ric Flair quote: "To be the man, you got to beat the man." And I think until Arsenal have a season where you can talk to me about the top 6 record. It's great. Last season I'm beaten against them. We beat them at home and we drew them.
Thank God that record's gone now because that record was crazy.
But boy, like that record that never included any wins at Etihad or Anfield, the 2 marquee best teams in the country over the last 7 years. Bro, they don't win at those grounds. They don't win at Etihad. They don't win at Anfield.
Yeah, they get a draw. They go, well done, Arsenal.
Brother.
Arsenal.
The draw last, remember the draw last year where it was 2-2, right? The crazy game where Rodri bust his ACL. Like, like Arsenal were on the brink of winning, and I think John Stones scored last minute.
Yes.
It was 2-2, and it was a crazy game, right? So stay humble or whatever. But like that, in Arsenal fans, despite the fact it was a late equaliser from Man City, that in Arsenal fans, that's a win. And that's not a win, bro. Unfortunately, sometimes to beat a man, you got to beat the man.
Even Man United win at the Etihad, bro. Like, even when we've been rubbish, you just got to win there.
Bro, you just got to win there.
Yeah, to beat the man. And until Arsenal realise that.
You got to snatch the bully's chain. You got to snatch the chain.
So that's the manager's fault for not setting up like
that. Okay, and that's where we're at right now. Me as a person who just watches football as neutral, watching Arsenal, I would say get rid of the manager.
Get rid.
As an Arsenal fan, depending on my age, I can understand why you'd be like, keep the manager. I'm not here to sit and tell Arsenal fans how they should feel about a man that they believe has turned around their franchise. Despite the fact that we remember Arsenal winning trophies and being invincible. They don't. And so for them, they remember Arsenal being laughing stocks, bro. Like, remember the bottlers thing that we thrown to Spurs? That was Arsenal to us, man. Like, Arsenal were bottlers. Like, you man are just shit. Like, Champions League final, can't win it. Get to the league, whatever, Gallagher crying on the pitch because Eduardo broke his leg. Like, you man were just, to us, man, bottlers. Wenger's like 1,000th game, getting beaten 6-0 by Chelsea. Like, you are like the laughing stocks to us. And them man grew up in it. Them man were in school, primary school, secondary school for that. So for them, this guy has made them second, beat Real Madrid. Like, he's their guy. So I'm not going to sit here and tell Luke Henry and Henry Baines that Arteta should not be your manager no more.
Why are you name dropping these niggas, bro?
Because I love them, man. But them man are who I'm talking to.
Talking about, yeah.
But for the Arsenal fans that have seen the Invincibles and seen the doubles, I'm sorry, there is no way that at the end of the season, if you don't win the league.
I know Arsenal fans like that. My cousin's one, and he's seen Arsenal win the league. He knows what it takes to win the league. He knows, like, I need this amount of attacking talent to win the league. You can be defensively resolute as you want, but at the end of the day, you have to have attacking talent. You have to, as you said, to beat the man, you got to be the man.
Yeah.
Beat the man. To beat the man, you got to beat the man. So, hey, damn Ric Flair.
He was spitting, and everybody in this true, and it relates to football. But like, shout out to Arsenal, had a good transfer window, probably going to finish second again, and that's it.
On more Chelsea.
Chelsea or Man United?
No, we'll do Chelsea. Because
you're saying the Man United is the main course.
No, not at all. There's no course for Man United.
We need to talk about
of course we will.
Because Man United, I'm sorry.
We can talk about Man United now if you're
lucky. You're lucky. We can. Bro, by the way, disclaimer for these guys who are watching, I come in here, I was a little bit late. I come in, guy's got his phone set up. I'm like, what's he doing? Bro, the United stand. Yeah, I mean, like, he's saying don't talk about United, but there's a lot to talk about. I heard him talking about a lot, bro. Oh my God! I heard him talking about midfielders I don't even know about. I said he's doing scouting.
I said, hey, you ready, bro?
And she said, yeah, that's a good shout. I said, you guys are done.
Yeah, I didn't think I watched him play. He plays for Lille, man.
But let's do United. Let's do United. Because
Cool. United's transfer window.
Go on.
As a Manchester United fan, as I said, and this is what I said on the United stand, I will rate this a 7 out of 10. This could have been an 8 or 9 or 10.
7.
It could 7. And the reason I'll rate it a 7 because I think I'm talking about the signings we have made. So I'm not saying this this 7 out of 10 window is going to bring us to any glory, but
let me get up your incomings.
But we've dressed it. I can tell you.
Yeah, go on.
There's Diego Leon, if you count it, Mateus Cunha, Brian Bruno, Benjamin Sesko, and now Sen Lamens.
Okay, all right. So let's talk about the headlines, like Cunha and Mbeumo. Good signings. Good signings. 2 3 p.m. niggas. And for those that don't know, Quake and I were talking about this the other day, and we didn't discover the term 3 p.m. niggas, but 3 p.m. niggas are Premier League proven players who have done well and scored goals in the Premier League, but because they don't play for the big teams who are playing on the Sky or TNT times of 12:30, 4:30, 5:30, 4 p.m, all eyes on these specials. 8 p.m. on Monday.
SNF, MNF, all the Fs, right?
Yeah.
So
FNF,
TNF, FNS, SNF, MNF. United in 4, bro. Like, so all the Fs, So basically, but these men play at 3 p.m, innit? Because obviously is the big clubs playing in those times more times. We don't really see Wolves Brentford on a SNF, FNF, you know what I mean? So, speaking of Wolves and Brentford, we've signed 2 players from Wolves and Brentford who have scored goals. Mateus Cunha scored 14 goals last season. Brian Bruno scored 20 Premier League goals. However, because I don't watch 3 p.m. games, and I don't watch 3 p.m. niggas because I support Man United, I didn't see these goals, right? But I just know they've done it because they're there.
Let me hold you there. So what are you saying then, Tony? Are you saying that these players can't succeed at 4:30 or 12:30, or are you saying that we just need to see it?
We just need to see it. And this is the thing about 3 p.m. niggas. I think 3 p.m. niggas have always been a thing. I think big clubs have always signed 3 p.m. niggas. I think Man United back in the day signing Teddy Sheringham was a 3 p.m. nigga. Man United signing Dimitar Berbatov. He was in the Player of the Season last season. If everyone remembers the 06-07 Premier League Player of the Season where it has 9 Man United players, John Terry and Dimitar Berbatov, right? But then we go sign Dimitar Berbatov 2 seasons later. Dimitar Berbatov was a 3 p.m. nigga. He was doing it for Tottenham. He said, "Come do it for United. Like, we're not missing here."
So you call them Tottenham 3 p.m. niggas back in those days?
Yeah, because Tottenham wasn't the big four, right? That was back in the day where it was an established big four. It was Man United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool. That was it.
Yeah.
Right. So, and there's nothing wrong with 3 p.m. niggas, but I feel like this season, for some reason, there's been so many 3 p.m. niggas transfers. So I'm talking the likes of Milos Kerkez to Liverpool. I think Quaker, we've got a list.
Got a list right now. Kerkez is such a 3 p.m. nigga to me.
Yeah, because he was Bournemouth more time, played 3 p.m. games, right?
Yeah. In Buemo, Cunha, such 3 p.m.
3 p.m.
And when we say this, it's like the kind of players that are super talented, but because they're on TV week in, week out, we just see their numbers on fantasy,
On FotMob, SofaScore, and that's it, bro.
Or we see the highlights of match of the day, but we're just seeing the goal.
We're not watching them week in, week out, 90 minutes, because no one's watching those 3 p.m. games unless you support those clubs.
Yeah,
right?
100%. And there's illegals watching this country, so obviously we can't.
And there's a 3 p.m. blackout, exactly, yeah. So for international people, we're from the UK, there's a 3 p.m. blackout, right? So again, 3 p.m. niggas, now you guys get it.
Yeah, you get it. We can't watch those games legally. In Buemo and Cunha, definitely. Kerkez, definitely. Eze, is he a 3 p.m. nigga?
He plays for Crystal Palace. As you
Scored a winner in an FA Cup final.
That doesn't mean you're not a 3 p.m. nigga. That means you scored a winner in the FA Cup final. 3 p.m. niggas are not... You got to remember, we're black in it, so we're not using niggas in a derogatory way. We're just describing these niggas more time. If you go look at every single Premier League game they played, and said what kickoff it was, more time it said 3 p.m. Right? So I know Eze for Crystal Palace, more time I know it said 3 p.m. He probably had a couple Sunday 2 p.m. because of like rescheduling.
Yeah.
More times Crystal Palace played at 3 p.m.
Okay.
So Eze is a 3 p.m. nigga.
8 Nori.
Definitely. Wolves, 3 p.m.
Definitely.
Niggas, right?
Like you're seeing the highlights of match of the day, but you don't know what he's doing week in, week out.
Exactly.
And we're seeing it right now, defensively he's not that strong. We're watching him at Man City and they flopped against Brighton on the weekend. João Pedro.
3 p.m. nigga.
Mohamed Kudus.
3 p.m. nigga.
That's a tough one though.
It's a tough one because I've seen him do it in Europe, innit? And 3 p.m. niggas don't usually do it in Europe because they're not playing in Europe.
Yeah.
So, but because I've seen Kudus do a couple, even though West Ham are nowhere near Europe.
But he's moving West Ham to like Tottenham. It doesn't feel like
the biggest jump.
He's not going into the dressing room and be like, whoa, this is a huge club. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's going, whoa, this is bigger than
West Ham.
But I'm still in London. Yeah.
I
was at Ajax, yeah.
Like it's not the...
Yeah.
So that's a tough one, but yeah. Mark Guehi, definitely.
Mark Guehi, yeah.
And then Buonanotte, who Chelsea have just signed on loan, is the definition of 3 p.m. I don't know what's going on with Chelsea and Brighton, but something dodgy is happening.
Yeah, something.
Bro, Chelsea,
you live there, bro.
Chelsea, Brighton.
You're a link. You're a link there, bro.
And see, so like it's all.
You're an industry plant, lad. What are you, lad? You're an industry plant, bro. What do you mean?
I told you we got him. Yeah, flipping. But I with the 3 p.m. niggas. There's a few that work out right, but I think if you are that, you're not gonna succeed if you're going to an environment that's not stable. Well, for example, right now Chelsea are nowhere near where we should be. Where I remember them being, where we were when we wore this kit. Like we're not there, and I don't want to lower standards, but I also accept that we are not there yet. But we are stabilizing as a football club, right? So there's no wonder João Pedro comes in with a team that's got a plan for him and he looks like a good player. Like more time now, Chelsea are signing players. There was a period of time for about 6 or 7 years, no Chelsea player that we signed was good. Every Chelsea player was a flop. Bro, I can't really name too many flops right now. I'm looking at how Enzo Fernandez is playing. I'm looking at Caicedo. I'm looking at Cole Palmer. I'm now even looking at Pedro Neto saying, oh, you're playing well now. I'm looking at Marc Cucurella, bro. And I'm saying, bro, but like, so João Pedro's joining a stable environment. We're asking Matheus Cunha and Brandon Buemo, in terms of where people think Man United are, to be Eric Cantona. And I'm like, yo, right now, you ain't got the Fergie to do that. We're asking Cunha and Buemo to change your life. Because bear in mind, you finished 15th last year. Man United fans who've got standards like, yo, we should be top 5, top 6. That's like, we're not allowed to say it because we're not really there, but we're Man United.
Say anything, win the league.
Bro, saying anything below that feels a bit insulting, right?
Yeah.
And so you're asking these guys to come and change your lives. And I feel like at 3 p.m, Kerkez at Liverpool will eventually work out, right? Stable environment. It's just going to work out eventually. He's going to be one of these players that slots in. Cunha and Buemo and Sesko, it's either going to be unbelievably successful or a flop. There's no real in-between for me. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, well, this is the thing with 3 p.m. niggas. I think when you sign 3 p.m. niggas as a big club, it's normally complementary pieces. When we signed Dimitar Berbatov, we already had Wayne Rooney, Carlos Tevez, Cristiano Ronaldo. Berbatov was just, damn, really, nigga? So that's what 3 p.m. niggas should be. But because Man United have been so bad and we didn't score enough goals, we need niggas to score in 3 p.m., let alone, like, we're not even scoring at 3 p.m.
Yeah.
So we need to start with 3 p.m. niggas. And then once we have 3 p.m. niggas, then we can maybe go sign big.
Yeah.
I was gonna say go sign bigger niggas, but that was.
Yeah.
But do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with 3 p.m. because more time 3 p.m. niggas go into bigger clubs, it works
As complementary
pieces. So like for Eze example, Eze doesn't have to come in and be the man at Arsenal because Saka's the man. Eze, even though Eze's the number 10, if Eze gets 8 goals, 9 assists at Arsenal, that's calm.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No one's gonna be like, oh, that's not a bad sign.
Yeah.
Because he's a 3 p.m. nigga that's now doing it at a big club. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Totally fine. And even with, but the thing is, with Cunha and Mbumo, if Cunha and Mbumo get 8 and 9, they'll be looked at, you 3 p.m. niggas have got to change your lives. Eze's not, Arsenal fans are not asking Eze to change their lives. They're just asking him to be himself, be the piece that makes them change their lives. We're asking Cunha and Mbumo to change our lives. But this is the thing, we played at 3 p.m. today, and 3 p.m. on Saturday, and Mbumo scored.
Of course.
Why? Because it was 3 p.m.
Bro, he's familiar with
such a 3 p.m. Like, it was brother, we scored a cutback. Man United don't score cutbacks often.
Yeah.
So the fact that we scored at least we can score that type of goal.
Yeah.
So brother, we finished 15th. We're at the bottom of the barrel. So we need 3 p.m. niggas before we even start thinking about niggas. But what we're gonna do, because we're talking about 3 p.m. niggas to change Man United's lives, I think like we should look at that list of 3 p.m. niggas week in, week out. Because out of like right now, I would say, well, Cunha's injured, so it's kind of peak, but Cunha's been alright.
Yeah.
And Mbumo's now got 2 goals. He's our top goal scorer, so 3 p.m. niggas.
Goal against Grimsby, man.
He's got 2 goals this season. That's it.
Right, so he's saying 2 and 4.
No, I'm not.
He's got 2 and 4 then, no?
Okay, in all competitions, fine. He's got 2 goals. Yeah, that's the truth. He's got 2 goals in 4
games.
In 4 games. Anyway, Kirkes, we're looking shaky warrior.
Kirkes is a shaky warrior
Because that was his first. It wasn't his first 4:30 game.
No.
They played Friday night football, but that was his first 4:30 game, and he was looking shaky for me.
Wait, who did Liverpool play in the first game of the season? Played you.
Bournemouth Friday.
No, when did they play? Oh no, yeah, sorry, you played Arsenal. Liverpool played Bournemouth on a Friday.
Yeah.
And then the second game was who?
Newcastle on a Monday.
On the Monday, and then that was 4:30.
Yeah, prime time.
Yeah.
But Kirkes has been looking shaky though.
Yeah.
He's been looking. So is Ait Nori as well.
Yeah.
Ait Nori and Kirkes.
But Kirkes was actually he had his best game against Arsenal. That was the best game.
Yeah.
But the first 2 games, shaky warrior. The
Yeah,
first 2
100%.
games, so we're watching Kirkes.
But the thing is, we're watching Kirkes. We're watching Ait Nuri as well.
Yeah.
City is normally, I think City are the low-key kings of 3 p.m. niggas, bro. Because their man can just sign like a little Nathan Ake and give him like 4
Yeah.
titles, you know what I mean?
Yeah. The City are the king of it. But right now,
Complementary pieces.
again, I know we're talking about United and we'll round up the United bit in a bit. But City right now are in a lot of trouble, bro. A lot of trouble. They're in a lot of trouble. Like I watched the Brighton game.
What did you think of City's transfer window? And obviously, like now, it's still not enough.
Like who did they bring in? Donnarumma, which
James Trafford. They
Trafford.
brought in Tiani Reinders. They brought in Ryan Shirky. This was in the transfer window before the transfer window.
Yeah,
They brought in Shirky, Tiani Reinders, and Ryan Nuri, and then James Trafford and Donnarumma. I don't think that's going to win them the league from
that
this.
doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to win them the league from what they had last season.
Bro, their back 4 against Brighton was Ait Nori, Husanov, John Stones, and Mateus Nunes, with James Trafford in goal. I've seen City teams with Ederson, Kyle Walker, Ruben Diaz, John Stones, and Cancelo. I've seen that team, and you're putting out this team. I'm sorry, it's done. And where with Pep as well, I think he's having an identity crisis or something's going on. Something's happening with him. I know he had a tough year last year. Shout out to Pep. He's the greatest manager of all time, but right now I think he's struggling, brother. He might be spiraling. Donnarumma's a great goalkeeper. Donnarumma before last season was viewed as a decent goalkeeper, but people had their question marks about him, right? Granted, he won the Euros with Italy and he turned up big for them there, but more time, people have got questions about Donnarumma, especially when it was Champions League. Not great at coming for crosses, not great at the ball at his feet. Decent shot stopper, but he's okay. But PSG had a generational season. He was really good in big moments, and granted, people view him as a good goalkeeper again. He's not a Pep Guardiola goalkeeper. He's not a Pep Guardiola goalkeeper. And so I'm so intrigued to see what are we going to see? Because you brought back James Trafford. Bear in mind, James Trafford had offers to be starter elsewhere, at Newcastle, wherever. And then you got Donnarumma. And then you got Ortega, who people were lauding about a couple of seasons ago. That's an expensive goalkeeper room. You don't need to have that much. Like, James Trafford, he doesn't need to play for City. He doesn't need to play for City. Your second keeper can still be Ortega. Edison, at the time of recording, still hasn't made the move to Galatasaray. I just think that Man City, I think Pep's spiraling a little bit, and I think this might be his last season in the Premier League. I don't see this one working out.
That's a bit cool. No, I totally agree with the Donnarumma signing. I think that's so weird considering Pep is someone who's so key on his keepers being good with their feet. And as he said, when Pep came in, he got rid of Joe Hart, who wasn't prime Joe Hart, but he wasn't washed.
Nah, he was still top keeper.
He was still a top keeper, and he just decided to be like, you know what? You're not my keeper anymore, and brought in someone who's good with his feet, and he's done it ever since. But now Donnarumma is, other than this generational season he had, and I'm not sure, like, the Euros was good. Obviously, he saved 3 penalties, or did the Blacksmiths. But I digress. I digress. Yeah, do I think Donnarumma...
Oh my God. Oh my God.
No, because I'm trying to think. Saka got his penalty saved. Rashford hit the post. And Sancho got his penalty saved.
Oh my God, bro, that summer was insane.
It was so...
Bear in mind, we were coming back from like lockdown, it was still a bit like, and we were having such a great summer.
What I mean?
Bro, that final went from the top jubilation where we're about to bro, it's about to be a summer of love, right? We're about to win the Euros in our backyard, it went from that, so I'm seeing news reports 2 hours later that England trying to beat up Italians for no reason.
Right.
Bro, I'm getting called to go and talk TV and talk about, bro.
Black people.
People. And they racially abused us like that, bro. It was so to the point. It's crazy. Anyway. So
Donnarumma. So back to Donnarumma. At the end of the day, I'm not sure if that's the right keeper for City, and I totally agree with you. Especially where they were so bad last season, people still want to get at City. I think alluding to that Brighton game. Brighton just got at City at the end of the day. Even though City will still score and they've still got Erling Haaland, you can get at City. Yeah. So now I think Man United, if we can bring this back to United, I feel like even though we barely scraped past Burnley, going into that game, I think United are looking quite confident. I think United fans will be looking confident, not because I think we're a better team than Manchester City. I think because, one, we won at the Etihad last season. I think, 2, under Ruben Amorim, when we play against the big teams, we seem to play well. I don't think we've had a bad game against any of the big teams as of yet under Amorim. I think our bad games come on the worst teams. The worse the team is, the worse we play. But the better team is, the better we seem to play. So I feel like Man United fans are going quite confident into that, especially after the international break. So yeah, it's a crazy one because I think this is the craziest Premier League transfer window ever, and it's going to set up the craziest season ever because...
Whilst you're talking, I'm just going to check the Twitter, because something might have happened.
Because something might have happened, but I just think, honestly, like, the way the Premier League's set up, there's so many narratives this year. It's like, who's going to win it? Can Liverpool win it again after spending $500 million? What's Man United going to be doing? What's Chelsea, world champions, going to be doing? Is City finally falling off? Newcastle, they've been shagged all new thingy, but they've got a couple strikers now. Like, there's so many 3 PM niggas. Like, this is the most 3 PM niggas transfers we've ever seen.
Bro, let's talk about Newcastle real quick. Yeah, they need to have something for Liverpool, because what Liverpool have done to Newcastle over the last 3 or 4 weeks is an absolute violation. A violation, bro. They first of all said put an inquiry in for Isak. Do you know what? It's get back for the League Cup final. They say, yeah, you niggas, we'll show you who's who. Bro, they put an inquiry in for Isak. They unsettled the player, whatever. We know what happens to the Isak situation. Dramas, statements, left, right, and centre. But while that drama's happening, they say, yo, what, you man like Ekatike? Yeah, we'll grab him. We'll grab your replacement for the player that we're going to nick off you anyway. Bro, you know how bad, man, that is? That's insane. Grabbed him. They said, yo, we still actually want Isak. Like, run him. And then Newcastle tried to act tough. And we had, nah. And eventually...
You're going to do it.
Yeah. We're going to offer you this and you're going to accept it. Bro, and then bear in mind, in the midst of all that, in a game where it looked like Liverpool were throwing it away, plucky Newcastle, 10 men, second half, St. James's Park, roaring 2-2. Liverpool said, nah, a 16-year-old.
As a little 16-year-old
bro,
Nigerian.
said, here, hold that and stay there. I respect it from Liverpool, but from Newcastle's point of view, fight back. Bro, niggas fight.
No,
You're the richest club in the world. I've been to Saudi Arabia, bro. These Saudi princes don't fuck around, man. These niggas are serious. And you're having Michael Edwards come to you and do that. Oh, come on, bro, fight back.
Yeah, so
Fight
this
back.
is the thing with Newcastle. I feel like overall I don't want to say it's been embarrassing for them, but at the end of the day, I think like it's been a hard, I'm not gonna like try and get onto Newcastle fans because I don't really care about Newcastle like that. Like I actually quite like the city. I like a couple teams from there and there. But
I'm sure it might be the greatest to ever do it.
hey man, Alan Shearer might be the greatest to ever do it, but that's not the point. The point is that I feel like Newcastle have been like kind of, I was gonna say raw dogs, but raw dogs is insane.
Violated.
They've been violated this window, from Isak wanting to leave, from them having their greatest ever season and winning a trophy and making the Champions League.
Bro, from all those players saying no to him.
And then all those players saying no to them, and then they've had this, and they're like, wait a minute, but we're the richest club in the world. Like, how is this happening to us? It's a weird thing, especially when you're supposed to be the richest club in the world, but you can't seem to cook your books. I think you just gotta get your guap up, niggas, and then you'll be all right. But Newcastle will be interesting because Voltmarder has gone. Voldemort.
Lord Voldemort. They're telling me about Lord Voldemort. You're ever telling me about Alexander Isak to Lord Voldemort? No disrespect, he might turn out to be a really good player. I ain't seen a 6'5" nigga tell me that he can play in the pockets. They're telling me he's not even a proper striker. I ain't watched him.
Yeah, but
They're saying that
Ekitike's like 6'3". No, but this is the thing.
I've heard
this
Ekitike was a PSG. Bro, honestly, this week, and I'm kind of plugged into football, not as much as I used to be, but I feel like I'm fairly plugged in, working at different places. Lord Voldemort had never been on my radar until Newcastle said he's £65 million worth striker.
Yeah, but okay,
Come on,
Lord Voldemort was he was supposed to go to Bayern Munich this season, and then Bayern Munich didn't do it in the end, and they basically said like, you know what, we want to play him next season. I'm not saying Voldemort's going to be really good, but one thing, I feel like this is a Harry Potter podcast right now, bro, and I don't even like
bro, Voldemort and Elanga in the Champions League. You can't convince me that they've had a good window.
Has Anthony Elanga scored in the Champions League?
Yeah, but...
Yeah, do you know where he scored?
What, for who?
Yeah.
Obviously for you, man.
Yeah, but where?
I'm going to say Young Boys.
No.
Who?
Atleti. Scored at the Wanda Metropolitano.
Was that the year of Ronaldo?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. But like Elanga, and do you know what? Maybe I'll take a few steps back. Eddie Howe's the best, maybe the best at getting the best out of 3 p.m. niggas. Maybe because that's the Newcastle aren't quite 4:30 p.m. on a Sunday. They're 5:30 niggas on a Saturday.
Yeah.
But
Eddie Howe's got a couple SNFs for you, man.
Bro, like for sure. And Eddie Howe can look. I don't really rate Anthony Gordon like that, but
gets the best out of him.
Bro, he gets best out of him. He's effective. Like obviously what he did.
I'm seeing Dan Burn in England squad now.
Bro, like, and I'm not saying these players are great, but Lewis Hall, Livramento, like he can get the best out of these players. Not saying the players are amazing, but they qualified for the Champions League 2 out of the last 3 seasons. Like they've done their job.
Yeah.
So I do think that Elanga might go and do really well there, and I think Lord Voldemort might go and do really well there because more time when Newcastle's trying to play that hasn't worked out. Like Eddie Howe gets it working. Like he's a good manager. Tonali's worked out. Gimaresh worked out. Joe Linton's now a midfielder. Yeah. Like he seemed to work it out. He seemed to work it out.
And the signings haven't been that great.
And no one wants to go St James's Park. So and bear in mind Newcastle were going to get relegated before he joined. Like he's done a fantastic job. So maybe I need to be a little bit less harsh on Newcastle. But what we were promised was the glitz, the glam, the Mbappes, the Mourinho's. I'm seeing Lord Voldemort and a bag of chips. So how
can we tell the richest club in the world to get their money up? It's insane, isn't
it? Bro, Simon Jordan, again, I don't agree with a lot of what he says, but he was talking about PSR, and like he was right, man. It doesn't work. All it does is really like if you have these ambitious American owners that are coming over, or these Saudi owners that want to spend money, you're telling these teams that aren't historically as big as Man United or Liverpool or Arsenal, you ain't ever going to get there. How can Newcastle, who have the richest owner in the world and a good enough manager, get told they can't spend peas? I feel like the Premier League is next to NFL, the greatest sporting league in the world. If you're telling teams with ambitious owners that they can't spend peas, it's like they're just looking at it like, why? Like there's not a salary cap, so why not? Like I think Premier League will suffer a long term as a result of it.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like even though people don't like the whole concept of rich owners or state ownership or whatever, and people coming in bringing in money. There's been some success stories. We see like Wrexham now in the Championship, whatever. Birmingham back in the Championship,
bro. And like, and the reason why the Premier League is the greatest league in the world.
Because of the money, because of the TV rights.
The minute that Roman Abramovich came in, do you know we talk about the Premier League golden era, like the classic Barclays era, bro? That era really, obviously Arsenal and United are going JJ, and they're going title for title in the early 2000s. But when it became the league where the Champions League finalists came from this league almost every year, was from when Roman came with all that money. And so like, you can't tell me that if we want to have the best league in the world,
and the Premier League got to that bit of Roman giving it money to make it even better because of the TV rights. In 92.
Like you need
the Premier League's always been good because of money.
And
if I get state ownership, maybe you man don't like it, fair enough. But if the richest, how can you tell the richest people that they can't spend? It's insane. It's absolutely insane. But to wrap up this window, has anything happened? Nothing really. Same old.
Same old.
I
Nothing.
heard we're getting linked with Conor Gallagher, and I nearly wanted to kill myself.
Conor Gallagher next mountain and tell your 2 6. All right, well, no, real quick one.
Go.
Nacho.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Oh, here we go.
I'm back.
Are you gonna say this on camera?
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah,
okay, yeah, go
back.
for it. Go for it. Tell me. Talk your stuff.
So bro, bear in mind, like the Nacho thing is it's a historic thing between me and Tony, because Tony's never really felt him like that. Of course, when he was a Man United player.
Not true.
No, okay, cool. Okay, sorry. Tony just told me about his limitations, and as somebody, yes,
this is not. Nah,
reframe it then. Reframe it.
Okay, let me reframe it. Let me reframe it. I told you about the first time I mentioned Alejandro Garnacho to you. I told you we've got a kid from Carrington who's going to be sick, and his name was Alejandro Garnacho. And we brought him in. He scored his first goal, assist by Ronaldo, dream by his idol, Argentinian guy that loves Ronaldo. He's a bit tapped, but first season was coming off making cameo appearances, perfect. Now, he's gone to Chelsea for 40 million. All I can say is the best to him, because I think this is something that's happened for both parties, where I think Man United could have done better, and I think Garnacho could have done better. I think Man United failed Garnacho in a sense that we made this kid come from he won the FA Youth Cup, and then he started playing in the first team as subs, and then from the season after that, he started over 40 games in a row. I think that's where that goes wrong. I think a player like that who has the talent or the potential to be good, but him starting week in, week out in the Premier League is just not good, especially with a striker as well who just started his first season. I just don't think that was good for anyone. And then I think that the fact that because our other left winger was doing whatever, he started all these games, and it just ruined his development. And then also I think there's so much more he could have done with his family, social media, blah, 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 which I'm not going to get into.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, the fact that we've parted ways, and it's sad because I think both parties could have done much better. We could have got a player out of Garnacho. He scored in the FA Cup final for us at the end of the day, but it is what it is. The fact that we got 40 million for a youth, like it's groundbreaking for United, because we never do that. We've never really sold any of our youth them that has gone over for 40 million. So that's a new thing for us, but good riddance, I guess, because I don't want to talk about the limitations, because I feel like the one thing we ruined him in a sense is that we ruined his development as a footballer. I think he's got all the minerals in his head to be one of the best players in the world, or be a really good winger. But I think because he hasn't been tested with competition, and he played way too many games, and he's quite selfish in a sense in the way he plays, and because Man United still played him when he done that, that didn't help his development. So he's turned out to be this not so good footballer. But if he goes back into playing in a Chelsea team who has good footballers, who has wingers who are younger than him and better than him in Esteval, and world-class players like Cole Palmer, if he wants to get into the team, he's going to have to work to a standard. And I think if he works hard, he can be a half-decent player for Chelsea. It sucks that he goes to you, man, because I reckon he scored at Old Trafford once, or maybe, I don't know.
It's coming up.
Oh, let it, and we'll probably push him down the street with them, like what we did to Di Maria.
Even so,
yeah, Umbro fan, Umbro man. But look at this thing. I said, yeah, Umbro lad. Better sponsor us, Umbro. But yeah, so I think he goes well for you. But yeah, I just think as I said, it changed because I said, look at this kid, he's good, and then I started watching him. I said, ooh, and then I said, you know what, this guy.
Okay,
cheeks.
but like, okay, you're.
And then you didn't want to believe him to be cheeks.
Yeah. So that's it. That's the bit I want to get to.
Yeah.
Because like you're acting as if you gave that nice soliloquy. Good luck. Yeah, development fucked him up. Whatever.
Yeah, no, but that's what happened.
That's what happened. But also, there was a point where you thought this man was cheeks.
Yeah. So within those 40 games that he started, and the other person didn't take his place because he was doing whatever, and he was starting those 40 games, and Man United weren't winning games.
You weren't too fast to celebrate.
And we had not only our worst back-to-back seasons, he was a part of that. Starting week in, week in, week out in our back-to-back seasons, whether it was 8th, 15th. Do you know what I mean? He was playing, and I watched it, and so I went from this kid's good to nah, he needs to have a rest, or nah, he needs to stop playing.
Now you're selling them. So okay.
I said, now we're selling him for 40 million, and it's got to a stage where I'm just like, you know what? Good luck.
Okay, so I hear that. I hear all of that, and maybe that's where like. This is where I'm back in. I always thought he was wicked. I always thought he was sick, right? And then over last season, I remember I come to you. I told you. I said, Tony, like
you watched him and you're like, yeah.
I'm selling my Garnacho ships. Like the decision making is off.
So please tell me why you've decided to.
Because I said the last 6 months has told me that I need to sell my chips. Mm-hmm. But before that, I thought he was sick. I said, at his age, doing what he's done as a teenager, bro, like he's got a Puskas award, he's got a flipping, bro, he's scored a goal in an FA Cup final. Like, he is sick. And been a contributor to a Man United team that weren't very good, but he done his job and he still got to that. He still gave you goals. I know he got double-figure goal. He got 10 goals in all competitions. It was last season or season before.
Season before.
So, as a teenager.
Bro, he's got, other than Lamine Yamal, he's got the most goals and assists for under 23s in Europe.
So there we go.
So really and truly, we shouldn't have sold him for 40 million.
And that's where I'm at with it. I look at him, I look at the mentality, I look at like what he's achieved. I look at our business previously, right? And this is no way in me, disclaimer to everybody, I'm not saying that Garnacho will ever get to this player's level. But when we signed Cole Palmer, he might have had a hey nigga damn couple Premier League titles or whatever because he's in the squad. I don't know. I haven't checked it. Or like a Club World Cup or a Super Cup or whatever. But Garnacho, at the same age Cole Palmer joined Chelsea, Garnacho has achieved way more as an actual starter in the team. Cole Palmer was a bit part player in the Man City team that were very good. Yeah, Garnacho started for a Premier League team and won a trophy, scoring a goal in that final. Won a couple of trophies actually.
He won the League Cup.
Won the League Cup and won the FA Cup, and has given us moments and iconic moments. And so, like,
but the League Cup, he scored in like the games, but he didn't start that.
Okay, cool. But give him the FA Cup then, because he started the majority of that season.
Yeah.
I just think to myself, for 40 mil, we're signing him for less than we signed Cole Palmer. Bear in mind, when we signed Cole Palmer, there's an Athletic article saying, is that the worst signing of the summer? Like, nobody expected this, right? Cole Palmer is way less accomplished than Garnacho is right now. The price of Garnacho has dropped because of the things off the field. If Garnacho didn't have that nonsense off the field with his family or whatever, bro, we're not getting him for under 50. We're not. It's the fact that he got put in the bomb squad. He got told.
Yeah, it's the fact that he got put in the bomb squad. And Amarin, yeah.
The price of Garnacho really should be 60 mil.
It was 70 in January.
That's what I mean, bro. And bear in mind, we've all seen him fall off. That's how highly he's rated, right? Let's not forget that, like, he is a young kid that's tapped an Argentinian international and has shown us moments already as a teenager. Just turned 21, bro. That player doesn't go for 40 mil. That player goes for 60 mil. Dango Ouattara went for more than 40 mil. What are we talking about Garnacho for 40? Yeah. So from Chelsea's point of view, market opportunity wise, if he don't work out, we can get the same money back for him. Like, just improve his PR a little bit. That's all we need, an improved PR, because before the nonsense happened, people were crying for him to start the final. Then that shit happened and it's like, oh, actually, no, he's a dickhead. And so I'm excited, man. And for a player that I liked for a long time before, I didn't like him when I saw something I didn't like. If we can get him play...
that you didn't like?
The decision making. But you made the perfect point. Get him playing with Esteval, who's better than him and younger than him, every day. He's tapped enough to be like, yo, I need to improve because I want to play. And Man United, apart from this last season when Amarin came in and didn't really fancy him, he knew he was going to play. And that's fucked for a 20-year-old to know you're always going to play even if you're playing shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Like at Chelsea, bro, he knows that if you don't play well, there's 3 or 4 other wingers who are going to start. And he's got the mentality, I think, his favourite player is Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm going to work and I'm going to make myself a starter in this team. And don't be surprised when Chelsea gets to their point where we're at our best. Don't be surprised to see a Cole Palmer in the 10, an Esteval on the right, and a Garnacho on the left, and a João Pedro up top. I wouldn't be surprised to see that being our final form of our team late in the Champions League in March or whatever. because he's a player that gives you something a bit different. He's direct. He can score goals, and he's got the mentality for it as well. So after revision, I'm in favour. Garnacho in, and let's do our thing, bro. Let's do our thing. Like, he's now a blue. Like, these big club to big club transfers don't always work out. But
this one will.
Brother, like, and the thing is with Garnacho, he's so fucked that if he turns out to be good at Chelsea, he's one of these players that the fans will just love. Because he'll give you it, right? The revelation videos, him sitting on the hoardings, doing the celebration they did at Man United. He talks about Chelsea in the interview saying, yeah, I'm at the world champions, I'm at the biggest club in the world, I'm at the best club in the world. I said, fucked, right? Not the right thing to say. But I'm with it. I'm with it. And if he if he bangs, I'll be shameless. Like, you ain't ever hearing that one now.
Yeah, get your son a Garnacho shirt, innit?
Brother, if Garnacho's, you know, he's the kind of guy that if he's cold, he's clear. He's clear. So let's see, innit? I'm excited.
Yeah, no, I'm happy for you. Thanks for the Garnacho piece, bro. Hopefully we'll invest it in a midfielder.
Question.
Yeah.
Midfielder. Happening? No.
No, it's definitely not happening.
Why?
Because, man, we got like an hour left from recording. I doubt, man, get a midfielder done. So
Why? But why?
Because we always neglect our midfield every time. Every single time. We always just neglect it. I don't know why. We're just forever gonna do that.
Yeah, you think that's just Man United DNA?
It's just what's happened since post Fergie, really.
Flipping heck. Like that's baffling to me. Like, that's baffling.
We haven't replaced Michael Carrick.
That's crazy.
Which is crazy. Michael Carrick not only retired years ago, has become a manager, lost the job, and just now chilling. Yeah. You're paying for the sins of what you did to Paul Pogba, I think. Yeah, I guess so. We're paying for the sins for the hyena. I guess we'll never know. I guess we'll never know. I went to OT the other day and I was like, I'm going to get the hyena out myself. I'm so tired of it, bro.
Yeah, man. But, all right, so we've gone through the majority of the top teams. And now we've got to the end of the transfer window. Unless something crazy. Let me check one more time, see if something crazy's happened. But Alex Cook, Colin Maynard will not be leaving Man United.
Yeah, we know that, bro.
We know that. Victor Boniface has gone to Werder Bremen. Sammy Chukwuezi's gone to Fulham. Couple Nigerian man moving.
Boniface. Oh, Sam Chukwuezi's gone to Fulham.
Colin Mawani going to Tottenham.
Yeah, what do you feel about that? What do you feel about Tottenham? Because Xavi Seaman,
shit.
Kudus.
What do you think about shit?
Tottenham, thank you. Right. No, but Tottenham, and they lost to Bournemouth yesterday, so they're still Spurs.
Good transfer window.
But decent transfer window.
Good transfer window.
Got a manager in. They looked decent their first few games, but then obviously like Bournemouth just reminded it's still Tottenham lads.
Yeah.
So
yeah, good transfer window. I think they're gonna have a good season.
I think they're gonna have an all right season,
bro.
But this is the one thing we do have to remember, and I don't think people were remembering this about Spurs. Spurs, even though they won the Europa League, and I get that, Spurs lost more games than Man United, and they finished 17th. Like, no one's talking about the jump that they have to make. No one's saying that Spurs have to, and they got a new manager. No one's saying Spurs just have to finish 10th and play good football. Do you know what I mean? Even though they've had, I'm not comparing their window to United, but everyone just expects Spurs to make this jump from 17th to,
because I think
whilst playing European football, like, I don't get it.
Yeah, I think with Spurs, I think people saw the results and said that's just abnormal, right? I think if Spurs didn't make any signings, but people just came back fit this season, people expect, if Man United didn't make any signings, people this summer, I think people will be like, you probably will finish 15th again. I think Spurs' one was just abnormal, right? Remember the amount of injuries they had at one time? It was just not normal. It wasn't like, that wasn't,
but
it wasn't representative of who they were.
But that's what happened for Man United in the season when they finished 8th. We had we had abnormal injuries like that too.
At the end of the season, and just throwing games, like, it's like Spurs weren't above 17th.
Yeah, but United were throwing games for that FA Cup final.
Yeah. I know. I just think that's, with Spurs, I know what you say about the jump, but you just look at their players. Like Romero, like, people can chat shit about him, but Ange had him playing so far away from his goal. Romero in the slightly deeper line is one of the better centre-backs in the Premier League. Like, he starts for Argentina. Do you know what I mean? He's a good centre-back. He's not a scrub. Van der Ven, obviously his hamstring is slowly falling off the bone, so we're not going to see him for more than 5 games in a row. But when he plays, he's definitely one of the better centre-backs in the league. Definitely one of the better ones. Then you look at their full-backs who are serviceable. Like, Doggie's a serviceable full-back.
Oh, Jed Spence playing left-back and he got to England.
Jed Spencer's in the England squad. Porro's a decent full-back. Paulinho's a great signing. It's a great signing off.
This is what, like, I don't know, man. I feel like people still are stuck in 22, 23, innit? Because Paulinho the concept of Paulinho is good. I think we all saw it at Fulham, right?
Yeah.
Then he went to Bayern Munich, didn't get time at Bayern Munich, and has come back, and we just expect him to just do the craziness we'll do.
Yeah, why wouldn't he?
Life just doesn't work like that.
Well, but like, why? What would be the reason? There's not.
I don't know, but I'm not gonna say he's a good signing until I see it again.
Yeah,
You know what I mean, because it didn't work out in a good team.
I saw it in the first couple of games, and granted they didn't beat Bournemouth, but the Bournemouth one was less about the midfield and more about the attack couldn't create anything.
No, but Paulinho didn't start the first Tottenham's first game when they won 3-0 against Burnley.
He started against Man City where they dominated them.
Yeah, that's it. But they've always got something for Man City.
Yeah, but like he looked very good in that game.
And he scored against Man City, right? Oh, great.
Well, if we're counting Mbeumo's goal against Grimsby, then I'm definitely taking Paulinho's goal against Man City.
What is them? What 3 p.m. niggas? João Paulinho.
Yeah, but went
to Tottenham.
Yeah, but
went to Bayern, didn't work out. 3 p.m. niggas, bro.
Yeah, okay, maybe, but like he's a great signing. And then you bring Javi Simmons, who we're not going to deny he's not a great player.
Yeah, he is.
And Colin Mwani, he's a good enough player to play for France, so I'm sure he's all right to play for Spurs. Kudus is a good player. Mm-hmm. Come on, man. Like they.
So where do you think they fit?
Mateus Tell is like a good young player that doesn't even need to start for them now. Do you know what I mean? He's just off the bench.
Yeah, but
like that's a great option off the bench for Spurs. Solanke probably doesn't start now. Richarlison probably doesn't start now. Like they've got like a good team. So Spurs for me finish top 6. I think. Do you want to do our top 6 now with the transfer window's done?
Yeah, go on.
All right.
You do yours.
Liverpool top.
Mm-hmm.
Arsenal second.
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea third.
Mm-hmm.
City fourth.
Mm-hmm.
You man fucked it. You man fucked it because like really and truly, if you would have brought in a centre midfielder, if you would have brought in if you would have brought in a centre midfielder and actually done finished off the business you started at the beginning of the window, there's no reason why you can't finish 5th or 6th in this league. I'm just looking at it. Like Villa Unai Emery will not last the season. They lost 3-0 last night. I said that was my hot take. So Unai Emery will not last the season, bro. Like that is imploding. He's writing his program notes talking about PSR, saying we cannot compete. Basically, that nigga's gone in short order. Villa imploding. Newcastle, let's see in it. Lord Voldemort up top. I believe that Howe's manager. I do think he's a good manager, but let's see. There's no reason why Man United with a competent centre midfielder finishing in the top 5. Like why couldn't you? But no, I don't think you do now. I think 5th, I'll put Newcastle in 5th because I do trust Eddie Howe to just somehow just get the job done. And in 6th, I'll put Spurs. Yeah. So Liverpool top, Arsenal 2nd, Chelsea 3rd, City 4th, Newcastle 5th, Spurs 6th. What are you?
Of who I think will win the league. As of right now, I think Liverpool will win the league. I don't want them to, but I think they will. I think Arsenal will finish 2nd. I think Man City will finish 3rd. I think Chelsea will finish 4th. I think Manchester United will finish 5th. I think Tottenham will finish 6th. I just put Man United 5th because I'm a fan.
Yeah, you have to. You have to.
Oh,
yeah, you have to. Yeah, you have to.
Everyone's like, what, mate? Like, come on.
Yeah, come on, you have to.
What else?
Otherwise,
hey, the last time we lost our first 2 games was not in European football and went out in the second round. What did we go and do?
Finish 4th.
Mm-hmm.
Under Van Gaal.
Mm-hmm. Playing what?
Yeah, but come on.
Playing what?
Yeah, but
playing what?
3-5-2.
3-5 effing 2, lad. So now we're playing 3-4-1-2. So it should be all right.
No midfielders.
And who did we play in midfield that season?
Don't tell me. Under Van Gaal.
The first season.
So that's 14-15.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, he finished 4th in 14. Yeah, he did. 14-15. Van Gaal, who played in midfield there? It wasn't Marouane, was it? No, it was under Herrera. It's
funny because we, towards the end of that season, the midfield was like Di Maria. Who did we play? We played Di Maria. We played Rooney in the midfield one time. Remember that Leicester game?
Yeah.
That was that season. And then towards the end of the season, when we needed to get results, we started replacing, we started putting Marouane in the midfield and all their man just to get results, bro. And we got 4th out of it. I remember Di Maria and Falcao got replaced by like Ashley Young and Marouane Fellaini, and Marouane and Ashley and Fellaini were the one getting us results, bro, and not Di Maria and Falcao.
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
On Man United, Ten Hag's been sacked.
Bro, do you know what? I low key do feel sorry for Ten Hag.
Yeah,
because
his bank balance is gonna look alright.
Yeah, his bank balance
8 mil.
Yeah, 100%. His bank balance is gonna look alright, but I do feel sorry for him because one, I feel like Bayern Leverkusen just got honestly like rinsed, and he didn't even give the brother time. I think in Ten Hag's first season, he lost his first 2 games and then went on to go to 2 finals and finish 3rd in the Premier League. So like, do you know what I mean? If you're gonna make that decision, you shouldn't have signed him in the first place.
Yeah,
you got to give the guy time.
Yeah,
like,
but apparently it's not just a result.
Brother, you got to remember. Do you remember Eric Ten Hag's 2 first games?
Yeah, the Brentford.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then after that, everyone's thinking the world's gone a nightmare, and then we go sign Anthony and Casemiro, and then who do we beat? We beat Liverpool at home.
Sancho scores in that game.
Very good goal in that game.
Yeah.
Very good goal in that game. We beat Liverpool at home, and then our season changes.
Yeah, but okay, cool, and that's granted. But apparently, according to like some German journalists, apparently he overplayed his hand. Remember, he came out publicly and said Xhaka's not leaving, and then Xhaka leaves.
But he tried to do that so that the club could keep him. Why? They lost so many key players.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to be an Eric Ten Hag,
but apparently it's just like behind the scenes. Like apparently they did like a pre-season. He put on a pre-season game where they played against an under-20 team and they lost 5-1 against the under-20 team.
Yeah, Flamengo.
Yeah, it was against Flamengo. Like I just think. I don't agree with sacking a manager after two games, but
no, neither do I. So like, I think there's just no point of signing him. I'm not trying to be an Eric Ten Hag defender. I couldn't give.
What does he do next?
Nothing. Go and relax, bro. No, because there was no point of taking that job if you're going to get sacked 2 games after. Not only did Eric Ten Hag get sacked, but Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got sacked this week. Jose Mourinho left in Marseille. If you're a Max Amarin, because we barely beat Burnley, by the way. I didn't watch it, but we barely beat Burnley, bro. Barely beat Burnley, bro. Conceding 2 to Burnley.
Yeah.
At home.
Yeah, but you did win.
We won. We got the 3 points.
Yeah, what's so funny?
We got the 3 points, and we're only 2 points away from you, man.
There's a section.
We're 3 points away from you, man. We're 8th, bro. We haven't been 8th in a minute, bro.
You're above City. It's crazy. It's crazy. Bro, I was deep in it because the Premier League table came up. I said, it's only 3 games, right? But 3 games is 9 points if you win all of them. You need 10 of them to win the league. You need 10 of those block of 3s to win the league, right? Like, if you get 90 points, you win the league. And Man United, after 3 games, which is not too insignificant, ahead of Man City, is crazy. But
yeah, but 4 out of 9 is still not great.
Yeah, 4 out of 9 is not great.
It's not bad.
It's where you would have thought you would have been. Yeah.
No.
Where did you think you'd be?
I thought we would be 6 out of 9.
You thought you beat Burnley and you beat Fulham?
I thought we always win at Fulham. Why should I not think we beat Fulham?
But then also you got to put in Man United tax of the 2025 where it's like...
Brother, I've seen worse teams than 2025 Man United go up against Fulham at Craven Cottage.
Yeah, but then how many worse teams than... Bad teams like Burnley come to Old Trafford recently and win? So...
Not that many. I know Burnley have got a decent record at Old Trafford.
Bro, last year, I remember Sander Bergkamp put a plastic at Old Trafford.
I went to watch one. I forgot what year it was, but I went to watch United. It was horrible.
Yeah, I think 4 out of 9 is where you should be. And then
if you want to finish 15th, I think we should have beaten Fulham and Burnley, but here we are.
Here we are. But you know what's so funny? There's something like we've got to wrap up. We've got to talk about NFL actually. There's a section of Man United fans that view like every moment that happens when Man United win as like maybe it's the Mark Robbins moment. Maybe this is the moment where
really.
There's a section of Man United fans that do believe that every time Man United win, you see
let's win 2 first.
Yeah, but like
under this manager, we haven't done it. We haven't won 2 Premier League games in a row.
It's crazy.
Since.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you the last.
Before we wrap up, this is literally before we wrap up.
Go on. No, but we got NFL. So
yeah, before we wrap up the football section. Well, I didn't ask you a definitive question, and you touched on it there.
Yeah.
Tony. Amrin. In or out?
I'm gonna say it's September 1st. I'm gonna say in because do you know what? I don't mind him going. If he goes out, I couldn't.
In or out?
I'm gonna say in because I don't know who we get. I haven't done enough research. No, I don't want in because I want him to succeed. I'm saying in because I haven't done enough research to find his replacement yet. I don't know. But as soon as I've done that replacement and I find you someone who I want to manage Man United, I'll be Amarin out. Okay. Because at the end of the day, I know we beat Burnley, but we didn't play well. We created chances, but I didn't watch it, but I don't care. 3-2 is not enough for Burnley, bro. We need to be. He wants to be dominating football games, but we're still not doing it.
Yeah.
So.
All right, that's our football done.
Yeah, that's our football session. Go on to the NFL, bro.
Yeah, I'll let you lead.
The 2026 or 2025 season? 2025 season starts this Sunday, week 1. I think, all right, let's go through all the divisions.
Oh, why are we opening it?
Yeah.
Why are we opening?
Yeah.
Like,
let's go through the opening games. Let's go through the divisions.
I'll get the
quickly.
divisions
I don't know off our heart, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was off for the NFC East, or the NFC least, as we like to call it. So we've got the Washington Commanders. We've got the New York Giants. We've got KWEKU'S Dallas Cowboys. And we've got the Philadelphia Super Bowl champion Eagles.
Yep.
We start off with the Cowboys versus Eagles. You've obviously lost Micah Parsons recently. If we look back at the NFC East and how it repeats itself every year, it should be the Commanders' year this season to finish first. But as a Cowboys fan, do you think you finish fourth?
Yeah, I think the Giants are going to be sneaky good.
Yeah.
I think Giants are going to be sneaky. I feel like that feeling is now starting to build. I did call it earlier in time. I said I think the Giants are just like they're not like a Jets. Giants can be bad for a little while, right? But they still have something about them as a franchise. They have been bumming for a long time, but I think they're on the come up right now. The Eagles are the Eagles. The Eagles are the class of the division. The Eagles are the class of maybe you say the Packers now because of the Micah trade, which we'll come on to. But like
as a Cowboys fan, because I remember asking you this earlier, did you think Micah would go?
No. But based on everything that's always happened with Jerry Jones, he always gets those deals done, right?
Yeah.
He and watching the documentary, which is sick by the way, you put me on it. Like he wants to feel part of it because like there's a part of him that wants to be a football player. Like he wants to be a player at college. He won a national championship, but like you feel that burning desire from him. He wants to be part of it. He wants to feel like it's him, and that's why he acts the way he acts. And he wants the players to feel like they love him, right? And like before, I used to think before I watched the documentary and before I really took it in. I used to think of it a bit like racism. It's a bit weird, right? This fucking white old man, and it is a bit weird. This white old man
from Arkansas,
wants these flipping. But like, I genuinely feel like he has deep love for the Cowboys and the players, and he wants to feel it. So he went and done negotiations with Micah separately, and he thought that would be honoured, right? And Micah said, okay, cool, chat to my agent. And Jerry was like, no, they've done a deal with you. The agent's come to confirm it. And that's a shit show, right? Jerry's kind of breaking. I'm surprised the Players Association haven't got onto him because you can't be doing that with a player, right? You got to do it with the agent present. But that's just how Jerry Jones does business. So I never thought Michael Parsons would leave because CD got done, that got done, that got franchised and it got done. Do you know what I mean? Like, it gets done normally with Cowboys players. And even historically, whether it's Emmitt Smith or whatever, players might sit out or whatever, but the deal does get done eventually. Des Bryant, historically, just Cowboy, he wants you to be a Cowboy for life, or at least the major part of your career, he wants it to be remembered as being a Cowboy. So for that not to get done, and I saw the trade and I said, fuck. And I'm seeing some people trying to cope and say, like, it's a Herschel Walker kind of deal. What? Get the fuck out of it, man. Like, with Micah, I think we would have had a 7-10 season with Micah, at best. Brother, this is looking like 5-12.
Tank for Arch. Even though he stunk it up week 1.
Bro, I think it's name brand. I don't know like if he's going to be like, yeah, cool, he's on his Manning.
Nah, he's only had one bad game.
Okay, cool. I haven't watched enough college ball to see that. I'm not going to tank for him. I mean, like, I want to win some football games. But so in that division, I've got the Eagles winning there. I've definitely got Washington coming second, you know. Like, I know that we're all buying into Jaden and he's a superstar.
Well, we got a film on you now, nigga. So
and sophomore slump is a thing. And like he's the greatest rookie we've ever seen, but sophomore slump is a thing, and I think the Giants are going to be sneaky good, and we will beat up on each other anyway in that division. So so Eagles winning it. I have got Washington second, but not guaranteed, and I've got Giants a close third and us fourth. Yeah,
no, I totally agree with you. I think Washington. I don't think Washington are going to be bad, but it's going to look like a decline because I don't think Washington again make the conference championship.
No,
I think it was just playoffs and how crazy. Like, no one expected Washington to beat Detroit, and especially beat Detroit in the way they did. So that's why I think Washington will be second. Obviously, the Eagles win the division. So yeah, the trend will not continue. So the East, let's go to the West. NFC West, we've got the Seattle Seahawks, we've got the 49ers, we've got the Rams, and we've got the Arizona Cardinals. Who do I have winning this division? The Seahawks are interesting because Sam Darnold's gone over there. You've got Cooper Kupp that's gone over there. And it's like, all right, what I saw from Sam Darnold was a crazy season in Minnesota last season where he was one game away from winning the NFC and getting the number 1 seed. So this guy can win regular season games. He doesn't look that bad. He's gone to a Seahawks offense that has lost DK Metcalf, but has added Cooper Kupp. But a Cooper Kupp,
the corpse of Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, man.
So,
Like think about who Sam Darnold was thrown to in Minnesota. He's thrown to the best receiver in the league.
Yeah,
he ain't got those weapons.
Yeah, so
Sam Darnold's
going
going to take a step.
So I don't think the Seahawks are going to do much. I think the 49ers window's gone. I think even though Debo hasn't been the same, they've lost Debo. I think Brock Purdy's not as good as we think.
He's been paid now, so let's see.
Yeah, well, he's been paid, so this is the thing. I think now, if he doesn't perform like a paid quarterback like that, I think it's going to look scary. But I still think, and now they don't have as many weapons as they once did. They still got Kittle and stuff like that, but they don't have as many weapons as they once did. So we'll be looking at you, Brock Purdy. Arizona, I like Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr., but and
Rams.
The Rams are interesting. They added Devontae Adams.
Yeah, but
Matthew Stafford. I'm not sure if it's him.
He's broken.
Yeah,
he's like his body is failing him. And the thing is, we live in the world of like Tom Brady.
This guy's fitter than us, and we're telling him his body's failing.
But you know what I mean, like bad back. Like it's just I don't know what's going on with him fitness wise.
Yeah,
I can't rely on Matthew Stafford. Yeah, it's not 2023 no more. 2020. When was it? 2023 when they won it. 2022. One of them. Like it's not that no more. And like he went and got his chip. That chip secured him in the Hall of Fame. But
secure your legacy.
But like, he's done. He's done.
Yeah, no, I hear him.
He's done.
Right.
So who you got winning that division?
I have the Rams winning that division just because I feel like the Rams are still a decent enough team. I think the 49ers have to stay healthy, and the 49ers are just declining. They're not the 49ers we've once known. I think they're still a good team, but they're just declining more. If they don't stay healthy, I don't think they win that division. NFC South, we've got the Saints, we've got the Falcons, we've got the Buccaneers, and we've got the Carolina Panthers. Damn, who wins this? I think the Falcons.
The Bucks. The Bucks won this division.
Yeah, yeah. The Bucks have won it for a lot. I think the Falcons are coming up. I think it'll be good to see Michael Penix Jr. This season. He's won the starting quarterback job over Kirk Cousins. And I think he will be somewhat decent.
Yeah.
Because he had a decent, even though he lost those last couple of games, he looks kind of decent. And you're throwing to Drake London, you're throwing to Kyle Pitts. If you drafted Kyle Pitts, good luck.
Yeah.
But I just feel like the Buccaneers will still win that division.
Yeah,
because Baker Mayfield is the best quarterback in that league. But I'm excited to see Michael Penix Jr.
Do I think they win that?
The Falcons.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Yeah, I think the Falcons. No, Bucks win it.
I still think the Bucks win it, but the Falcons are good in the shout.
Yeah. There's a good dark horse. No, I'll go the Bucks.
Yeah, we want to see how good Michael Penix is.
One of the most interesting divisions, NFC North: Bears, Lions, Packers, Vikings.
Yeah, so now that's interesting. So it's a crazy division because you've got the Bears, who we're looking at Caleb in season 2. Season 1 wasn't that great. You gave us some moments, but at the end of the day, you were the first quarterback taken from a quarterback from a first round that took 6 quarterbacks in that first round, and you got picked number 1. And 2 of those quarterbacks made the playoffs with new teams.
And got a new coach.
And you got a new coach.
You got what you need.
You've sorted out a bit of your line. You've got some offense. Let's see what you can do in season 2, Caleb, because we need to see if you're supposed to be the generational guy. And
then with Lions, we probably had them as favourites, but then I feel like with the Michael trade changed everything. I think the Packers might be the best team in the NFC.
I wouldn't say that just yet. I still think the Lions are a very good team. I feel like you got to remember the Lions last season, even though they were the best team in the NFC, they've done that with a defense that was broken up. I feel like if the Lions stay healthy this season, they continue to, I think, win the division. I think the NFC North is going to be really interesting because the Packers have become a much better team with Michael Parsons. But I still think that a healthy Lions probably do win that division. I think it goes down to the last game.
Do you think?
I think it does because I think
in the playoffs,
they went to the last game last season. That was with the Vikings.
With the Vikings.
I mean, people have got to remember the Vikings are going to be interesting because JJ McCarthy has got the starting job and they've liked this guy from. And for those that watched him at Michigan, he's a guy that can make the throws. I watched a bit of him at Michigan, and I feel like he's a guy that make the throws. He hasn't got nothing. I don't want to say he hasn't got nothing special, but he's a guy that can make the throws, and he's throwing to Jordan Anderson and Justin Jefferson. So I think he'll do fine. Yeah. And the Minnesota Vikings have a good defense as well. So I think that is I think it's the best division in the NFC because I think you've got 3 teams that could win that division quite easily.
Yeah, fair. I just think I don't know about Detroit. I just feel like you've got a quarterback. Maybe in the regular season they'll be great, but I just think you've got a quarterback who I don't trust in the playoffs.
You can't.
Yeah, I know, bro, but the feeling in the gut of your stomach, do you think that Jared Goff, like, if it comes up against a serious quarterback, wins?
Well, no. So this is the thing. I don't want to say
you lost Ben Johnson, who's gone to a division rival, who's got all your secrets in terms of your offense. The offense is why they're the best team in the league, right? Or one of the best teams in the league.
Yeah.
Now you've lost your offensive coordinator, who's gone to one of your rivals. Like, yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
And the head coach is good rah, like, but it's the creativity offensively that makes them what they are, and they ain't got the OC no more.
100%. But I think the Lions have some studs on defense who got hurt last year, and that really affected them towards that. They still got the games won and done in the regular season, but if a Lion team stay healthy, I still feel like they're one of the teams that you don't want to face. In the playoffs. And I don't want to say I can't trust Jared Goff in the playoffs because I've seen him get to a Super Bowl. I know he sucked in the Super Bowl, and I've seen him win a playoff game in Detroit for Detroit, and that's the first time they've done it in my lifetime. So, like, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt when it comes to playing for Detroit in the playoffs. But yeah,
we've got rattled through these last like 5.
Oh, we've done the AFCs, right?
No, we've got one more in the AFC. We've got one more.
No,
in the AFC.
We've done NFC Northwest, South, and we've done all. That's what the NFC on.
Okay, fair. Yeah, we have.
All right, AFC North. Interesting. You've got the Cincinnati Bengals, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Baltimore Ravens, and the Cleveland Browns. Interesting narrative of all of them. The Baltimore Ravens is, Lamar, can you make an AFC Championship game? Can you make a Super Bowl this year? I think that's the narrative with it. You lost the MVP to Josh Allen, and the only reason you lost that is because of your playoff record at the end of the day, not because Josh Allen had a better year than you. But it is what it is. The Cincinnati Bengals, can they go off to an actual fast start?
No defense.
Can they sort out that defense that helps them? Can Joe Burrow win an MVP?
It's Burrow, the receivers, and Inshallah.
Exactly. Will they give him a here nigga damn if he has another season like he had last season?
What, MVP?
Yeah. They could. If Josh Allen can get one, I think Joe Burrow.
Yeah, but will Joe Burrow even have a winning record this year?
I think the Bengals will have a winning record this year.
Well, Steelers are also
and the Steelers are in a new dawn. They've got a nigga that smokes ayahuasca under center, and they got Mike Tomlin, who's always had a winning record. So it's going to be an interesting.
I think for Steelers, they might almost be better because they got that streak of losing in the first round of the playoffs for the last how many years?
Mm-hmm.
I think they might be better off because think about Mike Tomlin, he just gets you there, right? If they have a disastrous season and miss the playoffs completely, then that streak ends, right? But I think that consistently losing in the first round of playoffs.
I think Pittsburgh are just a quarterback away. I think they're just they're a franchise quarterback away from because they've got a really good defense and they added to that defense as well. I think they're just a quarterback away because they added Minka Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I think they're just a quarterback away.
So who wins that division?
I think the Baltimore Ravens win that division still.
And when does Shea become the starter for the Browns?
I think Shador comes the starter by week 9.
Really?
Week 9. I think Joe Flacco. Because remember, it'll be
week 9. I think it'll be before that, bro.
Nah, because you got to remember, it's Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco has to either get hurt or play really bad, and then
or white privilege,
and then Dylan Gabriel has to get in and do what he needs to do, and then he's gonna stink up, and then they'll get Shador in eventually.
Can we go to the best division of football? Your division,
the AFC West,
bro.
Yeah, big one, man. So
bro, like
the Broncos.
I don't think there's been a division of football that's had this many. All of them are Hall of Fame coaches.
Yeah,
all of them are Hall of Fame coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Harbour going to the Hall of Fame? Maybe not. But
brother will.
Huh?
He could as well. Yeah, they would. Yeah. All of
he hasn't won Super Bowl. He hasn't won Super Bowl. So yeah.
No, he hasn't. But...
So,
oh no, wait, no, I think he has before he was at college.
Nah, he just had a good.
Was he not an OC?
He had a good 49ers team, but he didn't ever go to Super Bowl. Oh, they didn't win the Super Bowl.
No, he didn't win it. Yeah, you're right.
Not 49ers team. He had a good. 49ers. Yeah. Are we
talking about Jim?
Huh?
You're talking about Jim Harbaugh? Yeah.
And then you've got you got Pete Carroll at the Raiders, who I think is going to have. I think they're going to have a low-key good season.
Mm-hmm.
Then you've got you lot, who some people have them above the Chiefs, and then you got the Chiefs, who are the big bad balls of the NFL and the AFC really. How do you see this going as a Broncos fan?
Our objective is to win the division. Whether we do that or not will be a nice thing. I think we've got somewhat of an easy schedule. I think it's got a bit harder with because we've got the Packers at home, but I still think we still beat the Packers later on. I think we've got a nice start because we've got Tennessee at home with a rookie quarterback. Then we've got Anthony Richardson, Daniel Jones away, like that's 2-0. It's just I think we get revenge for the Bengals at home for when we should have beaten them in Cincinnati last year. It's just nice because we've added to an already very good defense. We've added some weapons. We've added a run game. We've added a tight end. We've given Bo Nix more options. So I think it should go well. Now, unfortunately, because you have the Chiefs and the Devil in our division and Patrick Mahomes, to win our division, we have to win at least like 12, 13 games, which I'm not sure if we can make that jump just yet. But we shall see. We shall see. I think we're better than the Chargers, and I think people will know that this season. And now people are starting to look at us and think like, oh, yeah, this team might actually...
Yeah, but you're a lot of people dark horses. I just don't see. I just don't see you.
And we're horses too, so it actually makes sense.
Yeah, little Broncos.
Yeah, man. AFC East.
Well, there's not much to say about this division, man. I think Patriots will come second, though.
You know what? I looked at the Patriots schedule last night because my brother's a Patriots fan, and we went through the schedule. And I can't lie.
Yeah.
Their schedule is very
easy, bro.
It's very
easy schedule.
You think like when I was done at it, I had the Patriots at like nearly 10-7, and I went, wait a minute, the Patriots are not going to be a 10-7 team,
bro. They'll be close there, bro.
They'll be close there.
They'll be like a 9-8. They'll be 9-8 or 10. They might be 10-7, bro. They are.
They could.
Obviously, the Bills win the division. I don't think we doubt that. The Jets are fucking
Miami's.
Ass. And
Miami's depends. Tua's one more hit away from
the
God knows.
death, man.
Don't say that. Do not say that.
That's sorry, Tua.
Do not say that. But yeah, bro, I like Drake, mate. I remember I went to the NFL London game where they played the Jags, and he had a nice little drive at the end of the third where I was just like, you know, I'm gonna watch this nigga. I'm gonna watch you, little rookie.
Yeah.
Let's see what you got. Let's see if you will take a nice little drive,
Take
like
some
an 8-yard
hits.
drive. And they've added. He needed help in the O-line. They've added that.
Yeah.
They added Travion Henderson.
They've
Got Stephon Diggs.
I think Stephon Diggs is set for like a renaissance season.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's set for a renaissance season. I think that
You think Cardi B gave him the juice and now he's back?
Yeah, bro. I do think I think obviously he's gone off the boil a little bit, and Stephon Diggs is not the same Stephon Diggs that we saw at Buffalo, and I think it's a mistake.
Or even Minnesota.
But like I feel like it's a mistake ever leaving a quarterback like Josh Allen. Do you know what I mean? Like you've got a good thing going on.
Is it?
Yeah, for sure. With a receiver, bro, you're only.
But this is the thing. I feel like
unless you're JJ, and like you are just the best receiver in the league, like.
But Stephon Diggs was a good receiver. But Stephon Diggs was a good receiver that could have been up in the conversation. I'm not saying he's Chase or Jefferson, but at the time he could have been. If he had more receptions, he could have had because.
Okay, but
the thing back in the day was that he's not getting the ball as much, and Josh Allen's a good enough quarterback to throw to like niggas like Gabe Davis.
Yeah, but like
that's no disrespect to Gabe Davis, but
just stay with the best quarterbacks.
Yeah,
because the thing is like,
cool. So if Stephon Diggs, no, but hear me out.
Tyreek's amazing, right? Tyreek's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
We don't ever think of Tyreek the same way ever since he left Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, true.
Because you're just not playing in the big games.
But
bro.
do you not think if Stephon Diggs went to someone like Joe Burrow, he would be revered different to how he was with Josh Allen?
Yeah. Yes, of course, because the style of the quarterback, like Josh Allen's like doing everything. He's trying to do everything. I agree with that. But I just think this year, at like the Patriots, it's just one of those years where, you know, like sometimes when old receivers kind of have like that 1 year where they remind you, you're not old, but remind you who they are. Like I think he's.
I said old, bro. Yeah, no, he's in his 30s though.
Yeah, I think he reminds us who he is. I don't think he has a good season. I think Drake may use him as a weapon. So in that division, we've got Bills winning that. And Jets are just the worst franchise in the NFL.
Oh, yeah, you're not wrong there. AFC South.
Tough.
Jacksonville.
Tough to call.
Colts. Texans. Nah, Texans.
Texans, yeah.
Texans, and who's the last team there?
I don't know what it is about CJ Stroud. Like,
Wait, Jags, Texans, Colts,
Titans.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Malik Willis, but sorry, nigga, you're going to be 0-1. The Colts, yeah, they're finito.
Bro.
Daniel Jones is starting over Anthony Richardson.
Bro,
and it's now looking like Anthony Richardson's not even that good.
Bro, Anthony Richardson, like, the shout out to Sam Harris. I don't know how you can support the Colts. Like, my team is bad, but the Colts is just disaster.
Yeah,
like, do you know what I mean? It's just disaster. Like, ever since Andrew Luck left that franchise, bro, it had no luck.
For them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Texans win that. I think the Texans win that division quite easily, and they probably win a playoff game too.
I'm not sure about CSR, bro. I saw regression last year.
Yeah, no, I did.
Sophomore
But
slump, though.
there were sophomore slump, and he did have some injuries to his best receivers.
Yeah.
But I
Yes.
feel like
Yes.
Tank Dell, Nico Collins, if Texas stay healthy, that's a good team. And they've sorted out that O-line as well. So I think if the Texans stay healthy, I think that's a good team.
Okay, and then let's just really quick. These are early predictions. Who comes out the NFC? Who comes out the AFC?
Out of the NFC right now, I have the Detroit.
Don't fall into.
No, I'm joking. I have the Philadelphia Eagles, and coming out of the AFC, I have the Denver Broncos. That's not true. I have the Kansas City Chiefs.
So you think that you win the division, but the Chiefs?
I don't think we win the division.
Okay, it's just fan. Okay. Out of the NFC, I have the Green Bay Packers.
Really?
Yeah. I just like this. I like the roster. And then out of the AFC,
Brother, this team was like 60 minutes away from a three-peat. What are we doing? Like, I know they've got worse, but I still think I still think they can beat everyone else.
Yeah, they can.
I don't think. Fuck
it.
I don't think they're better, but I think they. Can
I think the Bills. I think the Bills do it this year.
The Bills.
I think the Bills do
over Lamar.
Yeah. If I'm being honest with myself, bro, like obviously I would want it to be Lamar. If I'm being honest with myself, if Lamar
Picking the white man,
bro, if Lamar, no, never. That.
That's what you're doing, bro.
No,
If you said if I'm being honest with myself,
if don't do that. If the Bills play the Ravens 10 times, yeah, I'm just picking the Bills in terms of what they do best.
So you're making, yeah, no, I hear it.
Who you picking?
Lamar, bro. Lamar.
Yes, I'm picking the Bills. Bills come out the AFC and NFC Green Bay Packers, and I think that
there's nothing wrong with picking the white.
I think the Packers win the Super Bowl this year.
You think this Michael Parsons change has just made the Packers automatic favourites?
No, I like it. I like
okay,
it.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, yeah, you were gonna. Yeah. All right, you think Jordan Love can get you to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I do.
No, I think Jordan Love's good enough.
Yeah, I think he's good enough. I think we've got, because there's been so many good young receivers, good young quarterbacks to come in. Like, C.H. Stroud's had the best rookie season of all time. Then it's like, oh no, flipping. Jane Daniels had the best rookie season of all time. It's like you forget that, like.
I think the Green Bay Packers are a good team.
I think Jordan Love's good. I think
Jordan Love is a good quarterback, but I think they need to be outstanding on either offense or defense in comparison to other teams. And I know Michael Parsons has really helped that defense, but I don't think that makes them an outstanding defense all of a sudden.
Yeah,
and I think they're a very good defense, but I don't think it makes them outstanding. Like we can say about the Bills. The Bills have a good defense and outstanding offense. We can say the Ravens have an outstanding offense. We can say the Bengals have an outstanding offense. We can say the Broncos have an outstanding defense. We can say the Chargers have an outstanding defense. We can say I know that. But with Green Bay, I can say they have very good, and very good.
Yeah,
an outstanding offense and an outstanding defense. So that's why I think when it comes to the playoffs, I think talent prevails. Like I say, the Eagles have an outstanding offense and defense. So.
Yeah, maybe Michael thing's moved me a little bit too much, but
no, it has moved you a bit. But you know what? This has been a fun episode, bro. This has been good. We've talked about a lot of football.
Got it off our chest.
NFL, we got it off our chests, and whether 3 p.m. niggas can save my club or not.
Yeah.
And whether you man are gonna finish in the top 4 again. Top 4, no trophy. What does that mean from Maraska?
I didn't say no trophy.
Yeah, I know.
Well, we can win a trophy. We'll win a trophy.
Yeah. So which one?
Might be a League Cup.
Okay.
Might be a League Cup. Might be an FA Cup. We'll win a trophy.
Who have you got in the 3rd round?
Lincoln.
I can't.
I think.
I said Lincoln Uni, blood.
Lincoln. Why my brain's gone blank? I think it's Lincoln. Let me just double check that.
We're not even in that, bro.
Yeah, of course you know. You shouldn't even been in the 2nd round and you're out of it.
We're not even in that, bro. That's so crazy.
We'll see. I think so. Yeah. So, oh god. So yeah, Chelsea, top 3, and we'll win a trophy and keep it rolling. And then next year, title race. Next year, title.
Second half of the season, we're doing a title charge.
Charge.
All right. Until next time.